My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to the Heartbreaker Chronicles here in Slay the Spire. Oh, we will get this done eventually. It might take me until the end of days, but mark my words and mark them well. What was I saying? All right, let's probably, enemies next to combats have 1 HP. That's like a hunt on the first elite maximum. 1 enemy, elite, second enemy before the second elite. I don't know about that. This path off to the left has a bunch of early combats so that I can pick up some cards. Then it has a elite rest, elite rest. The problem is that in that order, I'm going to be upgrading my cards after the elite fights, and I'm going to be tempted to rest instead, especially because of the silence, quite poor early potential at taking out enemies. I definitely don't want to do the lose all gold option if I choose to go on this path, because I'd like to go to that first shop and have the possibility of picking up a card that helps me overhaul my strategy. Helps me build around something. I'll take a dagger throw, I guess. Just a value pick. The problem here is that I desperately want all-out attack. Taking it. I also really wanted the well-laid plans, but all-out attack provides me with the AoE that I feel is necessary in a lot of circumstances. Let's upgrade the neutralize first. Now, if I go to here, I can guarantee that my first elite is free, or if I go here, I can guarantee that my first... well, not guarantee, but if this space happens to be a non-combat, then my first elite will be free, and I get 2 rests. That's much better. Oh, the specimen! Whenever an enemy dies, transfer any poison it has to a random enemy. That makes all poison cards much better. Alright. Depending on how much of a risk I'd like to take. Second all-out attack, second all-out attack. Depending on how much of a risk I'd like to take, I could take this path here. No, I don't want to do that. Let's be reasonable. Shovel, you can now dig for relics at rest sites, as well as heel hook, reflex, calculated gamble. None of those, thank you. War paint, a bumper up upgrade to random skills. Yes, I'll pick that up for the extra defense. I really want to upgrade the other all for one, just because I know how potent those are going to be next floor. The AoE doesn't really start being that bad until next floor, but when it is, it's bad. I want to take well-laid plans here, but I recognize the utility of backstab. Quite effective, rather. So's piercing wail. I could take backstab and piercing wail if I didn't want to take the well-laid plans. Or I can't because I miscalculated that. Ain't that fun? Alright, we're going well-laid plans. Easy. Triple strike. And that was our first point of damage. Hell yeah. I can easily take a slice here. Just to lower the average cost of my deck. We'll remove a strike because we've added no defensive cards to the deck yet. Oh, good. I'm going to be very happy that I have all these all-out attacks in my deck. I don't want the possibility that I draw not enough defense next turn and desperately need it. Yeah. Which would look something like that turn. Good thing that I held onto the extra defend last turn. Okay. Could easily get double lethal next turn, depending on the draw. That's not one that'll do it. I'll strike the sentry in the front line because this now gives me the possibility of killing that naturally rather than waiting for the all-out attack. Never mind. Pantograph at the start of boss combats heal for 25 HP, as well as deadly poison. Yes, definitely want. And then upgrade the deadly poison. I'm hoping for probably corpse explosion after this boss. That would be lovely. Okay, enemies weakened next turn at the very least. Okay. We could have taken a hell of a lot more damage there. That went very well for us. Maintain the strike. Yeah, this fight shouldn't be too bad. I'll retain the defend here because I know that the rest of my deck has a lot of aggressive cards in it. Speaking of. Those all-out attacks will step on each other's toes less often as we continue through here. Come on, and give me the defense. So the enemy is weakened for this turn, which is very, very important. Nice. Defended against the burn there as well. Okay, I still think we can push through this. It is getting harder, though, admittedly. Right. Still do have to prioritize defense over aggression here. And yeah, we've won. Beautiful. Deadly poison being no small part of that, by the way. Adrenaline versus Nightmare versus Bullet Time. Bullet Time in a deck that already has a well-laid plans is good, but the problem is I would need draw and high-cost cards, and I have low-cost cards and discard for Bullet Time to actually provide a ridiculous amount of value. I think it's probably Adrenaline here, just to help us take off just a wee bit quicker. Transforming and upgrading 3 cards, I think, is the correct decision here. As much as I'd like Fusion Hammer for the extra energy, I feel like that's probably going to harm us on aggregate in the long run. Like, if we can't pick up a card that we would otherwise want to pick up and then upgrade, especially. So it's probably strike, strike, normal defend. We've got a Nightmare, Outmaneuver, and Piercing Wail. I'm really comfortable with the Piercing Wail. That Nightmare is going to be difficult to use. We're going to have to find the right turn for it. At the very least, it comes pre-upgraded, so it's a lot easier to use in that circumstance. In that instance. It's at least got that going for it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, like, I can't play it here. It's just too costly. Boss this floor is Collector. Okay. Figured that might be the case. That's why I was just holding. Okay. Not really how I wanted that one to go down. I needed 1 more damage on that mugger. Pretty much the only turn that that Nightmare was going to be available. Good thing it turned up when it did, I guess. Got him. Lost a bunch of my HP, but got him. Dash, thank you. Ah, that's not the path I wanted. I wanted to go for this elite. That's okay. We'll go for the extra elite next floor, I guess. This is still fine. It's just not what I wanted. Wah. Don't really have any use for all the extra energy this turn. Guess I'll maintain the nightmare. Still gonna be difficult to find the time to use it. And I suspect we won't use it. I guess it will be more useful in, like, elite combats. No, not elite combats. Those are usually over quite quickly, hopefully. Boss combats? Duplicating powers, possibly? We'll see. Noxious fumes, definitely. I'll take the ancient potion, actually. Snecko and a couple of other things this floor require that we have a little bit of artifacting just in case. Okay. By the way, Noxious Fumes is an example of a card that I would not have been able to upgrade had I taken Fusion Hammer, and that I desperately want to be able to upgrade. Okay, that's more damage than I was really hoping to take, but I should have known from my draw pile. Flying Knee. It's pre-upgraded. It's a fair bit of damage. It'll help me mitigate a little bit the negative effects of not having an energy potion from last floor. Okay, cool. Just because I had the Nightmare on that turn and no one's attacking, I know that I've got lethal next turn, so I knew not to play my regen potion early there. Taking the second copy of Dash. I can't go for that first elite. It's just moida to do so. As much as I specifically have been toning for AoE elite fights, so you can only guess how frustrated I am. Cool, we did keep Piercing Wail. That's actually something that I desperately wanted to keep there. Piercing Wail will be particularly effective next turn as why. Not the card I was intending to discard, so I'm just going to roll with it and accept the 5 damage where I was, again, not intending to. Red Mask is going to be nice for this deck. Goodbye, Bear. Hello, Red Mask. As well as the second Deadly Poison, sure. At the start of each combat, apply 1 weak to all enemies. Definitely a thing I'm into. Am I going to be in this fight for long enough to use my regen potion and my Noxious Fumes? Obviously, I contend so. I might not know for a fact, though, so we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I have to go double defense here. As much as I desperately want to use the deadly poison there, I would rather stay alive. Piercing Wail is excellent against this boss. I'd actually rather hold a defend here than the Nightmare. I should have used Nightmare on the neutralize there, by the way. In retrospect. Alright, we win. And our entire regen potion got off. Dancing Flask. Just because of the specimen in particular, by the way. Bottled Lightning. What would I want to put in my opening hand? Putting Nightmare into our opening hand, a lot of the time your enemies have a setup turn on turn 1, and that is when you would be free to play Nightmare, but it's probably not a great idea to do that. Putting Adrenaline in the opening hand probably makes the most sense. Nightmare the Adrenaline, then play the Adrenaline. Alright. Looking to get that mad aggression going on. If only the Adrenaline was upgraded. Oh, this would all be so much neater. Obviously, we hold on to the Piercing Wail for the right turn. Solid amount of poison. Single Catalyst would take this right up. That's a lot of damage right there. Again, we hold on to the Piercing Wail because this is the turn where we need to use it. Uh-huh. Thanks for the kill, and goodbye. The AoE fights are obviously the ones that I wanted. Bag of Preparation at the start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards. The AoE fights are obviously the ones that I wanted, and we didn't get those, so... Not too pleased about that. We've increased the cost of our deck, but we haven't increased our ability to defend, or... We have a couple ways to increase our ability to generate energy, but not reliably enough, I don't think. I want to go for the extra elite. I'm going to rest. Go for you. Piercing Wail, Nightmare, Adrenaline. We've got the right opening hand here. We really do. Need to kill the backline of this turn. Or I could actually just play the Ancient Potion. That would work too. Okay, missing out on the dash is bad, but it's okay. Alright, I will play the Ancient Potion here. It will prevent the effects of Entangle. So I'm still able to attack this upcoming turn. I get to full defend this turn. Frontline is dead. You can see why I wanted to take this fight, right? The AoE fights we are very well prepared for. I only used one potion, and I didn't even use my more powerful potion. Alright. The boot, whenever you deal 4 or less unblocked attack damage, increase it to 5, as well as, yes, obviously, footwork there. I'm gonna rest in this position, probably not again before the boss. Oh, no, I have to. Nuri's Codex. At the end of your turn, you may shuffle 1 of 3 random cards into your draw pile, and now that means I have to rest again. Yay. Thanks. Nuri's Codex is still really good, though. Alright, I'm gonna hold on to Piercing Wail. No, do I hold on to the all-out attacks? I do. It's probably the better idea. That is to say, hold on to one of the all-out attacks. Catalyst, obviously. Obviously! Alright, I'm gonna Ghost in a Jar, Nightmare the all-out attack, then play the all-out attack. And I guess I'll hold the Deadly Poison. We're looking to try and kill those chumps as quickly as possible. Great. Yep, include a Wraith Form in the deck. More than happy to. Okay, so now it's about generating as much poison as I possibly can this turn, and I recognize that we're already doing quite poorly at that. Don't want any of those, though. Thank you, enemy, for deciding not to attack this turn. Corpse Explosion. Use it to kill one of the chumps. Use that to kill the other chump. Okay. Not want any of those. We'll keep the Deadly Poison. Frail and vulnerable for one more turn here. We are alive by 1 HP right now. That's not good. Thankfully, both of the frontliners die this turn. And with it, transfer a ridiculous amount of poison to the backline. The only thing is I need to be able to defend this turn. And it looks like, thanks to that outmaneuver setup, we are capable of doing so. We now have 2 catalysts in a deck with an enemy with almost lethal already on them. That'll get it done. That was way too close. We need more defense. We actually have enough AoE in the deck. I'm hesitant to pick up a die here. I also don't really want to pick up the unload because it messes. It contributes to a problem the all-out attacks are currently contributing to, which is it messes with my ability to hold a card in my hand at the end of a turn for the well-laid plans. I feel I probably skipped there. That's not great either. Wow, I really needed the energy from this. That's really unfortunate. I feel like here it's probably just removal of 2 cards and removal of 2 particularly aggressive cards. Just to skew the deck towards defense. Without Catalyst Burst, I don't see how this deck is going to have the possibility of killing the heart. So, we keep our eye out for those. Bane in the deck, more than happy to here. Don't have the time to play that Nightmare is the problem here. I just don't have the time to play it. I'll take the Dagger Spray here because it's actually just 10 damage for 1 card because of boot. Give him the boot. Sweet, thank you. We're going to have to draft some more 0-cost cards in this deck as well, just to try and offset what has happened. Which is to say, not getting an Energy Relic at the end of the first floor by choice, not getting an offered one at all at the end of the second floor. I'm not going to be able to scale fast enough to kill them. Just not going to happen. I'll take the money. Alright. Obviously, Caltrop is really good here. I really want Backstab Backflip as well. Probably Blind, too. And then let's just go for a card removal. I would remove the Slice, but it is 0 cost helping me dilute my deck, which is what I want. Probably a basic defend here. Now, instead of actually going to this early elite, I feel like I'm probably just going to go directly to the shop because I have all of this money to spend, especially if I get a curse here. Oh, we got full heal. Damn. Okay, so we'll actually pick up a relic from the shovel or, and probably this actually, an upgrade on one of our cards that desperately needs it. Catalyst. Yeah, it's Catalyst, definitely. Remove the other basic defend. As much as I want to take a dash, I also recognize that I don't really have the money. I'll take a poison potion so that I have the possibility of funding an early catalyst. At least we got to set up for a really good second turn. Sure. All that pretty much worked out perfectly there. Just need poison. Insta win. Just add poison. Bit like that. I hate that we've got 2 prompts at the end of every turn, even the turns that we desperately do not need them. Escape plan versus deflect. We'll take the escape plan because we do have a lot of skills in the deck, so it's actually a relatively consistent pickup for us. Obviously, we're going to need 3 keys this floor. Bottle Tornado would be nice, but I need the Sapphire key. Oh, hello, Reptomancer. At the very least, we have the all-out attacks in this deck, so I think we'll be fine, but still. I'm still mad. Might as well get that deadly poison also there. Just because those are going to be really useful, what with the whole passing off of their effects. Obviously, Piercing Wail. So that's lethal on you. I guess I just defend as best I can there. And pass up all of those poison that I desperately wanted. God. Really? This is where we're at? Well, I don't die this turn. Obviously, I'm stacking a bunch of poison on the target that's about to die so that it transfers across. Sigh. Gonna need to rest after this one. If we were reshuffling our deck at all, I would have held the wound, but we aren't. We've already won. Sundial, every time you shuffle your deck, gain 2 energy, as well as the Emerald. Corpse Explosion versus an upgraded Deflect. We're missing defense. Sadly, the fact that I desperately want Corpse Explosion in this deck doesn't really get to come into play there. We're missing defense. Okay, 1 Jawworm down this turn already. Definitely take the Wraith Form here. It will take my entire turn to play it, but... quite useful. And now we're dead? Yeah, we have absolutely no way to live through this turn. There's no combination of these things that kills or defends. Obviously, or defends. There's no defense. Well... we use all of my effects just to show. That kind of turn is why I put the Wraith Form in the deck, because that would have been when I played the Wraith Form. It was just effectively the largest defensive card I could have included at that time. Man, I really wish I had some energy potions. Energy potions. Sorry, energy... full stop. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. And hopefully we'll see you as we continue the Heartbreaker grind in 2100. Is that what? 2100? How are we going to refer to that year when we get there? Guess that's a hurdle I'll have to encounter when I get there, because I'm definitely going to make it. Are you kidding me? Singularity and all. What a way to end an episode. Catch you around.